everybody on this wet, windy, nasty, gosh, Friday afternoon. The wind's just hit down the street and it's, yeah, getting on a bit. I'm glad I wasn't outside. And, of course, Finley's definitely not going outside. He wants to go and play, but he's not. He's here at the moment looking for attention from me. He's not getting it. So what do I have today? I've inked it, a little bit red, a little bit yellow. I've spritzed it and then I've put salt on it and let it dry. So I've kind of got this lovely sort of sunburst in the middle. Oh, get off it. Sorry, that's my mum's Christmas present. Finn's just helping himself. And I've got my regular pen pencil tortillon. I was going to go outside to get my new pens, but being that it's throwing it down, I'm not risking it. Not that I can't get back in and I'll dry off, but Finley will go out and he won't come back in. So we've got the we've got the basics. So if we're ready to get going, we'll make a start, shall we? So first things first, I want to find the middle. Easiest way of doing that is going diagonally across. Just using the straight edge of my ruler here, putting a little line in. See, look, turning it the other way. Hi, everybody. Gosh, you all right, everybody? Everybody okay? There we are. Let's just make that a little bit bigger if we can, okay? So I've got my sort of middle. So from there, if I use the flat edge, oh, sorry, knocked my camera, of my ruler, look, and I can then get, oh, come on. There you go. I can get a line that way. And I can get a line that way. That's what I was after, you see? So I've got a nice little cross that way. So I'm going to put myself, again, a little mark. I don't know, about 1/2 centimetre in. And if I do that all the way round on each one. About that. Okay, just so I can kind of see where I'm at there. And I'm going to come in, so looking at this about halfway, put a mark. Same there, look, put a mark. Okay, I'm not doing that on all, just on those. So I'm going to use my pencil first, just to make sure that I'm happy with the shape I create, because I want to put a curve in from there to there. So I'm going to turn it at an angle, and I'm going to imagine, and then put it in. Again, like imagine. Now notice I've moved a piece of cardstock, but I've not moved my hand. So I'm getting that kind of same shape each time. I know that takes a bit of practice, but give it a go. All right, it's, you know, it might not be exactly, but it gives me an idea, doesn't it? So that's okay. Got something to work to there. And then looking at the space sort of here, so I'm going to imagine about halfway, put a mark there and there. And if I turn it round, I want to see this. See, that looks like it's a bit, there you go. And about halfway, look, put a mark. So again, I've got something to help me, something to work to. So if I go this way, this time, what I want to do is I want to create a curve from here to here. So I'm going to work in the same manner, like that. And again. You kind of get a feel for it after a little bit, you know, where you're going to be moving your paper into there, so you've got that shape. Okay, doesn't look too bad, does it? So I've made a slight amendment there, but I think that was because of my mark rather than my curve. So I can come in now and use a pen, preferably an 03, and I can put those lines in. Now I'm not going to put the cross in, I'm going to put those kind of diamond shapes in. Because I've got the pencil lines to help me, it means that it makes life a little bit easier. And I can follow them, create that shape. All right, there's the first one. Next bit. Along there. To that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. Okay, so I'm just going to put my pen away for a moment. And I'm going to come in with my pencil again. I want to put myself a little border around just to sort of help me work out where I'm going. So I'm going to use the point to help me with the thickness of it. So that's why we gauged that earlier. But I am using, look, the edge of my ruler to give me that shape or that line. So using that mark. Oh, maybe not that hard. That mark. And the edge. Draw that in. And again, last one, this side. Marking. Straighten. You see, so I've got something I can work within then. So it doesn't matter if it's not exact. It's absolutely fine. It just gives you an idea, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, Maureen. Do you know what? I couldn't believe Nigel said it looked like a toilet seat yesterday. I thought a wine glass was far better, and I thought you'd be up for the challenge, Maureen, of actually putting a castle in a wine glass. I think it'll look ace. Anyway, I'm rubbing those little bits out. I can sort of still see them. Hi, Kathy. Good morning. I hope you're well. It's all good over there. Is it still nice and warm in Florida? Oh, I think the sun's trying to come out here. I'm not going to lie now. Okay. All right. So I think you should, Maureen. Absolutely. Yeah. What is he like? Okay. Back to pen then. So let's put a bubble in the middle of that because I can sort of still see where my cross was. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it in but leave a little bit. If you forget to leave a bit, it's fine. You can always go back in with a white pen after it. Yeah, Nigel was really funny yesterday. He was, yeah. And it was just lovely to work with Rosie again. It's been ages. So I'm going to put myself a curved line in. So, you know, from the bubble, doesn't matter which way. So I could go up this way or I could go that way. It really doesn't make a difference. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to start here. Now, the thing is, once you've decided which way that curve goes, so if you've gone that way, you need to do the same on each one. You see, I'm turning it round and each line goes the same way. Like that. Okay. Oh, Wendy, we've had that about an hour ago. And then it headed up, yes, to Scunthorpe, to everybody up there. Okay. I think so, Vicky. I think that's what it is. Oh, funny. Right, okay, so let's have a look at this one. Oh, only 47 degrees. Does that mean no shorts? Oh, I don't know what it is here. Don't know what our temperature is. But it's not high, I can tell you that. It's not in double figures. So I've filled this in again. There you are. And left my little dot. But again, don't worry about that if you did. I think you should, Maureen. I think that'd be funny. Or send it to me and I'll send it to Nigel. Yeah? I don't mind doing that. You won't mind. Okay. So you see where I'd got this curved shape? It's going to make that bubble look a bit rounder. So I'm going to repeat that curved shape here. Okay. And then I'm just going to do one going up bank so it joins. Okay. Oh, thank you, Faye. They were fun, weren't they? It was really nice. It was a lovely little studio as well. So you see here where this one goes underneath there. I want to do the same here. So I kind of want to mirror it. All right. So that one will go up there. You see I've got a mirrored image. Yeah. Not in the middle, just on the sides. Thanks for watching, everybody. It was really nice. I was home for about 9:15, so that wasn't too bad. It's a 2-hour drive usually, but it did take me 2.5 hours in the morning. But that's because I left late and got stuck in traffic because I set my alarm wrong. Anyway, that's another story. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see that curve that I've created there? I'm going to follow it. So this is where you could use your other pens if you wanted to. And it's going to create a slightly more muted feel and it's going to make that middle stand out. Oh, Kathy, yeah, jeans and sweater. It's kind of what I've got on. And I've cleaned the kitchen and I've put the flames on the fire. I've not put the heat on the flames, but Finley's gone a bit loopy over it. Oh, thank you, Alison. It's taken a while to get them done because writing instructions for Celtic can be pretty tricky. You see I've followed that line all the way along. So if I turn it round, you see I've got the same line now. I'm going to do the same. Follow it round, see? Just like that. So it's kind of, I know the shape's going to change because of course the bit I'm working in is getting smaller, and that's fine. So, oh, is it Vicky? Is it quilts? I've got plenty of quilts. I'm actually going to hopefully finish what I've been working on. I'm doing one with, you know, the Winter Skies fabric. I've done the block out of that particular set, and I'm turning it into a quilt. So that's nearly there. Hoping to get that finished this weekend. And of course, other bits and pieces to do, and I've got some top secret job I've got to do for Dobby. And of course, there's a little bit of a secret for Christmas Day too. Oh, Wendy, it don't matter. Don't matter. All right, next bit. He wouldn't notice. Alison, that'd be lovely, yeah. Positively encourage groups where you all get together and like-minded. It's not about teaching, of course, I've got teachers for that, but just getting together and sharing your ideas and doing a bit of tangling. Have a cup of tea, a bit of cake. All right. So, you see, I've sort of done each section, created that shape. All right. So I'm going to do the same here, but of course I've got two shapes now. Still going to follow. So you see where this one, it goes that way. So I'm going to follow that way, like that. And it's going to look a little bit different because it's a bit thinner, you see, but that's okay. And I'm not trying to match them or anything like that. But I just want to put that design in. So of course the other side, let's have a look at it. You see my curves that way. So along we go and into that one. Oh, Teresa, do you know that's really nice of you to say thank you. We like to sort of join in where we can, and I think it's been nice actually having Sarah and Alice the other day, and then of course Tommy yesterday doing a couple of little videos. So you know you get to know them as well. It's lovely, isn't it? But no, you're more than welcome. Thank you for thanking me. It's really nice. Hopefully you've all managed to pick up something that you really wanted this week. Alison, don't there? Have you had a look on the page, the Facebook page? There's a PDF of teachers and where they are. I know some of them certainly. There's a couple of them particularly that do online, and I do mean to do another online. I think they're really good, but we're just working on creating a space at the office so I can do that in a nice little environment. So I will do online at some point. There you go, look at that. Okay. All right, next bit then. So I'm going to come back in pencil. Just for now. So what I want to do, let's just kind of split that in two. Just these sections, just so I can have a little bit of an idea where I am. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself a curve in. Let's do that on all of them. It helps, doesn't it, having little bits of construction lines going along. See, just makes life easier. All right, and then let's have a look. First one then. I'm going to come in and I'm going to sort of create a little V there. See, I've come down and in, down and in, down and in, and back down. So let's turn it round and do the next one, like down and up. See, they don't have to be exactly the same, but being that we're sort of working on them at the same time, they're gonna be similar. And of course, we're doing it in pencil. Okay. So now we look at this one. Same sort of thing, look. Down and back up. All right. And again. And again. Down and back up. And again. Okay, so let's get that in pen now. I'm not going to draw the original curve. That was just there to help me. So I'm going to put that in. See? So I might as well do that one, because I've got my pencil line, I can follow it, it's fine. And this one. And again, because it's in pencil first, I can follow that along easy enough. And then this one. Do you know, it was a real nice vibe yesterday in Hobby Maker. I'm not saying it isn't normally, but it was really nice. There was a lot of Christmas decorations, I'm not going to lie. I did feel like I was going to come out in hives at one point. There's that much glitter and tinsel. But, you know, it was really nice, really festive. The green room, you know, it's got its own Christmas tree and things like that. So I thought that was particularly nice. Okay, so see here, I could do a straight edge. Teresa, yes, I am going to order some more of these, but it is going to be after Christmas now. I'm going to put a curve on. The only reason being, when you think about, you know, you run a business and you move and you expect costs, but there's some costs this year that we didn't expect to have to put up with. And of course, when I order, I have to order quite a lot. So our money's gone into keeping the building dry rather than buying in pencil. So I do apologise. Let's do the same here, look. But I will get some more in, absolutely, because they are brilliant. I'll get the girls actually to have a look if we have got, you know, an odd one. Because I know we sold out on Hobby Maker, didn't we? But it might be that we kept a couple back, so just do me a favour, just to remind me, can you just I've actually got glitter all over the floor in the kitchen from when I was prepping the other day. But yeah, ref the pencils. If you really, really want one, just message or send an email to info@sanntangle.co.uk and ask the question, and one of the girls will pick that up and have a look for you. Yeah, I don't honestly know. Okay. It's nice this, isn't it? Because it's quite sort of symmetrical in its own sense, but you've got a bit of structure to it. And this one. You can add other things in. If you wanted to make it a bit more Christmassy, for example, you could use a holly leaf instead of this one. It would work, you know, holly leaves, curves like that. All right, Teresa, it's worth an ask, isn't it? It's worth a check. All right, so far so good. So we've got this lovely little space out. Yeah, oh, it's fine, Rose. That's what we're there for. I always say we're a team. So if we can help each other out, and I'm sure you do the same for me. Okay, next bit then, you ready? So I'm going to come in this way now. I want this line here. So I'm going to come straight in with pen, but you don't have to. And I'm going to create a shape that sort of fills that middle like that. You see, it's a little bit flat. And here we go. A little bit flat on the top there. And a little bit flat there. And a little bit flat. So we've got that going on. And so the space in between here, I'm not going to join them, but I'm going to fill it again with it's kind of a loop. Looks a little bit flat there. Okay. Same on this one. Along there. It's nice, isn't it, having that little bit of colour in the background as well. A little bit dark around the edge and getting lighter in the middle. It makes a difference, doesn't it? But if you wanted to, you could use your coloured pens and you could then go over the bits you want to keep in black and spritz like I did yesterday. That would be really nice. So, okay, let's get rid of those pencil lines now. We don't want them. Don't need them anymore. If you've done them light enough, you can leave them in, and sometimes I do. And oh, how excited are we that the Advent Tiny Tiles are starting on Monday. I can't guarantee what time I'm going to be doing it Monday, but I'm going to aim for mornings if I can. I think that gives us a nice good setup for the day then, doesn't it? But it depends where I am, what I'm doing. If that makes sense, I will do my best. Okay, so top of this, I'm going to put, look, a curve in. All right. And this one. Oh, Vicky, I'm there before her, because it's only because my mum's coming up at the weekend. So I better get sorted. Although Finley's half pulled it out of the bag. Let's put some dots in. Perfect glitter opportunities. I know, exciting. And I know what the picture is. Of course I do. I drew it. But I haven't looked at it since. And what I've done is I've actually cut it all up. I kind of folded it all up. So I'll be looking at just the one thing. Okay. I'm going to put myself a little bit of an angle in here. Yeah, I'll only look at one tile a day like you will. So you see that look goes on a bit of an angle. You see? That's why I put that line in. So it's not flat. Does that make sense? So like here, look, I'm going to put an angle in. Let's do them all. And that one. Okay. And then work to that line. It gives it a bit of an angle. Oh, very excited. I don't even know what number 1 is. I say I'm not looking, and I'm going to do it one square at a time, just like you are. So I won't know what's coming. So I know some of you have got your tiny tiles ready. Some of you have prepped a piece of cardstock ready. I've inked my tiles. They're at the office. I've gone in for different shades of green. I just did. You know, sometimes it was... you can worry about colours, can't you? And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to go for a nice, fresh, crisp kind of green colour. Look at that. How good is that? Okay. So I'm going to come in, look, and I'm going to put myself another couple of shapes in there. Fill the top one. I'm just going to do it on the middle one. Again, if you're happy with this, do it in pencil first. It doesn't matter. All right. How's that look? Okay. So I'm just going to get rid of the pencil lines. You know, the ones I put in with that curve just to get me going. Okay. There you are. See, just get rid of them. Don't need them anymore. All right. Bit of shading then. Let's have a look at this. I'm going to start in the middle. You see where we've got these lines? I'm going to put some pencil in here. Like that. I'm not going to be too shy about that. I want to get some pencil in. Oh, that sounds nice, Rose. It's always nice, isn't it, to sort of see them in different sort of different sort of stances. I mean, everybody's is going to be the same image, but because we're using different tiles and different inks, and some are using paper, it's going to look completely different. See, I've done the same there, look. Turn it around. And that's what's really exciting about it. And it's, you know, it's a big A4 piece, so... yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can always, if you want to, Maureen, You can do that, and then you can go back and add more colour if you want to after. You can colour it in if you want to. Let's shade that first, shall we? Now, I've got a couple of tortillons here. Look, this one, you see, this one's a little bit flatter. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use one that's got a bit more of a point on it. This is great for doing like bigger pieces. But because I want to get into that edge there, I want to make sure, look, that I've got a bit of a point on. I can work with it. I'm going to ease it off. Ease it off. Keeping it going. See? And I'm not going to go all the way in the middle. I'm going to leave that, look. Because what I'll do there, it's have a little bit of white in there, see? See, left a little bit. Oh, fade. Do you know what? I know what you mean. I have actually looked at my house this morning. I thought, oh my goodness me, my mum's coming at the weekend. And it's awful. So I have actually done the living room and the kitchen. So I'll do the bathrooms tomorrow. My craft room's fine now because I've actually needed the desk. Look at that. So we wouldn't have been doing this tile if I hadn't. So I'm on this desk is my storage for crafts desk. So it's all everything's sort of in front of me. This is kind of where I do all my sewing. Let's see, I've got both sides there. All my paper craft stuff's at the office. I don't know, Vicky, but I've had to do it. I've had to clean things out. You can actually see out of my front window now. Because, of course, Finley's barking at something in the window. He puts his paws on the glass and it's everywhere. Rose, I'm pretty much the same. And I think if I wasn't doing it as a job, I think it's not a job, it's a way of life, isn't it? I would still be doing it. Look at that. All right, we want to make this a little bit darker. Before we do anything else, let's go for... Oh, shall we... Let's shade everything else first. Oh, just want to see what that's going to look like. All right. Okay, put a bit in there, look. And a little bit under there. Okay. Tangle and dust. Oh, dear. Okay, see, in there. Oh, I tell you. I don't know, I might make a few like little Christmas bag things. So it depends on the time because, you know, other things. Oh, you've got loads of time though, Vicky. You'll be fine. Well, I've only got till Sunday. Next one. In there, look. Oh, this is nice and relaxing now, isn't it? All chilled out. I think Finn's left me. I think he's gone downstairs. It's all very quiet. Alright, let's shade those. So who knows what's going on? Who knows? So this is not... Nobody's coming past, so it must be his afternoon nap time. He's not barked at anybody or anything for a bit. He barked at John Scott this morning on the TV. So he got I don't know if you watch Sewing Street or if you see it, he was on there and he'd got some pins with a magnetic sort of like case and the pins didn't stick to it. And as he was laughing, Finley was like, well, what's he talking about? What's he laughing at? And he barked at him. But all that's off now. So. I think Sizzix was on, wasn't it? Before we did this. Okay. I'm going to come in with my little leaf shapes. I'm going to put like a line up the middle. Now, I'm not going to worry too much if I don't get the same amount of lines going on. We'll sort of go with it. Rose, oh, the one with Scott's face on it in the sleigh. I brought that. Did I buy that? I brought that on Scott's Manager's Special was the other night. So I I haven't got one, but I've ordered it. Another one to my collection. All right. It's a little, and so it just adds a little bit of detail. Yeah, do it upside down. Just I've got to make sure I do it right now. There you go. Look. There we are. That one. Yeah. Okay, craft house. I know this. It does kind of take over your life a bit, doesn't it? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pencil inside on one side. Rose, I don't know because I haven't received it yet. It's coming in the post. So I don't know. See, so I've gone inside there, look, and outside on that side. So I'll do the same here, look. Inside. Alice, I don't know what you mean. I'm in the middle of picking fabric for her so we can do her a pencil roll. I think it's got to be pink, hasn't it? Does it matter? Can it be any colour? Or does she want it all matching? There you are. Okay. So inside there, look. And then outside there. Same here. Inside there. And outside there. Oh, God, it's because I'm reading your messages. Inside. Come on, Sandra, get a grip. Right, okay. Let's shade that off a little bit. I can sort of smooth that in. Whereas this one, I want to keep it on that edge. See that one? We can move it in a bit, look. Blend it in. Whereas this one, keep it on the edge. No, Jan, no. I didn't put any pencil on that one. They didn't. They didn't. Have you brought one? See, I've done it there, haven't I? Look, what am I doing? That should be inside. Inside. See, I've not even put any on this one. What am I doing? Too busy talking. Need to concentrate. Okay. That's better, look. It's all right, though. It's only pencil, isn't it? You can come and add it in. Doesn't matter. And this one. Okay. And in there. Like that. This one. To be fair, I would never expect anything anyway. If I want something else, you know, I wouldn't expect them to give me a badge every time, because that's not fair, is it? You know? The same as you guys. I'm a customer, so. Oh, that's fine. That's fine then. I'll pick something out to get that done this weekend. There you go. Look at that. All right, let's put a little bit of... Oh, gosh, Rose. We've got one. We've got a database. Maybe I'll ask John to have a look at it. So I've got my white chalk pencil here. It could do with sharpening, but my sharpener's in the car. I don't think I've got one here. No, I've got one downstairs. I did bring my box in so I can ink. So I'm going to be really careful about where I'm putting this. Look. Little bits on there, see? Okay. And into that one. So I'm just doing it, see, on the opposite side. I'm inside, but on the opposite side to where I eventually put all the pencil. And this is because it works because I've got a dark colour around the outside. So you could still sort of do it if you've got a lighter tile, but it stands out a bit more, see, when you've got that going on. I'm not going to do it across there because I've got those little dots in the way, but let's have a look at this put some in here. So hopefully you've got space. You see where your graphite hasn't touched. You could, if you wanted to, come in with a white pen and do this. So it's quite nice to do it with this, because see, I'm sort of putting a bit more here and coming down to a point rather than just a single line today. Makes a difference, doesn't it? Okay, here I'm gonna go kind of down the middle, look. And same here. Okay. So I think I'm going to come back in with my pen. And I'm going to fill that bit in there. Just to make a bit more of a strap. I've actually got a thicker pen there I'll do it with. Same with this one. Changes up, doesn't it? Doing that with it. Sometimes you want that little bit of drama in there, that little bit of black, just to lift it a little bit. Okay. Look at that. So what I'll do now is I'm going to come back in, look, I'm going to go back over that middle line, just because a lot of graphite's gone on the page. And I think sometimes it's nice to reinforce and bring it back. Just to say, look, this is where my line was. Yeah. And then that one. See, I'm only going, look, to the point there. I'm not going beyond just that bit there. So look here. Like that. And then that one. So you've just got that little bit there. Okay. So I'm going to just bring, if I've got one second. Got a tin of pencils here, of course. And, oh, this is a nice set. It's not got a sharp black though, that's what I was hoping for. But not to worry. See where I've just put that black line in? I'm just going to bring that out a little bit more. Put some black out into it. You see? Okay, that's what we do. Now I do apologise as well, I've not put photographs of the new stencils from yesterday on in the album yet. I will get that done over the weekend. They are in the car, so I do need to venture out and get them out and photograph them. I will get to it. But wait till it stops raining. Okay. So do you think it would benefit you all if you'd got a list of Sanntangle stencils and maybe somewhere to put them? Question mark. Say no more. Can't tell you anything. Okay. Almost there. A little bit there, look. And I think I'm just going to put a little bit in that point at the bottom. You see? Just in the point at the bottom. If my pencil was sharpener, it'd be better. If it was sharper, it would be better. But I'll work with what I've got, that's fine. Finn must be asleep. There's a van pulled up across the road. He's not noticed it. Shh. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything else with this. This is the main event. This is the feature. And these sort of, like, you see, it starts really dark, and then this little bit gives you a little bit of darkness, then it gets a little bit paler, a little bit lighter. So this is kind of window dressing, whereas this is the main event. So if I was to put more on here, we'd sort of lose this bit, and that's not what we want to do. So I can't tell you anything else. I might give sneak peeks over the next few weeks, but I can't tell you anything else. So last thing to do then is a bit of an initial. Yeah. But it'll be worth watching on Christmas Day. All right, there you go. So there's our tile for the day, number 602. We sound like it's quite blasé now, isn't it? Tile 602. But okay, so that's that done. And let's think, what's the next thing? Woo, Monday. Monday, it's going to be Advent tile number 1, being the 1st of December. So I can't give you a time for that. It's going to be as and when I can do it, because, of course, every day you can't always know where you're going to be. But they'll be there, and Chris, as always, will put them on YouTube so you can catch up with them. And the best way of doing it, honestly, is to try and keep up. Do a little bit each day. It's 5-10 minutes out your day, and it'll make your life so much easier. Because if you get to the point where you've got, I don't know, 6 outstanding, it gets a little bit more difficult to keep up, and you don't want to lose that momentum. So hopefully I'll catch you all on Monday for our first one. So have fun, everybody. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care then. Bye.